Hey everyone, the Rebel84 here, and we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and today we are looking at the Organization 13 event, and as you can see, I have completed it. This was extremely difficult. I didn't really think that they were going to kind of give us the same exact real setup here for this last quest as the JP version. I thought they were going to nerf it just a little bit, but I don't really think they did. So I wasn't really planning on making a video for the NA version on this one, but since a lot of people are going to be having problems with it, or at least they want to see how it is possible to do this without having an insane setup or having like a Gilted Cloud EX or a Gilted HD Nominee or a combination of both that do insane damage. It is possible because I tried it many times and I found a good strategy on Reddit. So I'll show you what I used to beat this, and I'll go through it and see if I can replicate it again. But this is my setup. And the big but is, the thing about this game is that it's very situational and everyone's game is different. There's a lot of randomness to how you can beat things and randomness to what you have in your own setup. So my setup and my situation might not work for everyone else because other people might not have these exact things, and I'll kind of go over each of them as to what I have and how it worked for me. I've got a illustrated Ikairi with defense boost 3. I'm using key art 5 just simply because it's a single target buffer, and you'll see why. Nothing special on that. I have illustrated Bell and Beast. This is one of the most important items to have in your Keyblade. Either this or just Bell herself. You need something that AoE dispels the target's buffs. And there's nothing really on there other than SP1 that's helping me out in my situation. I threw on my Jack and Sally with AB4, APP, and it also is max gilted with ground enemy defense down by 60%, which is also very important for this. And this lovely medal. So just a couple days ago, I pulled a 3-dotted Riku from the current Cloud banner, which was just enough to gilt it, and I gilted it, and I got I think 102 or 104, and I decided that I'm going to invest in this, and I'm glad I did because it helped me complete this quest. And I also invested with it because I threw an AB3 Max Gauge 2, and I'll sort of explain the process why coming up. I've also rolled on him Strength plus 1000, and I happen to have the extra 2 gauges, which actually did help. So I'll show you why here in a second as well. So all these things are part of my personal situation that had me actually be able to complete this. The other, which looks like it's missing again, and I'm going to have to reload this until I find it. And there it is. I don't think this person's in my party, but this medal has been showing up, and it has been an absolute godsend here. It's a another max gilted Dark Riku, and thank you to player, let's see, Zarif. I don't know where you're from, but I think you're in Anguis for sure. But you've got a 150% AB3 max Dark Riku, and this is one of the more important parts here for him. He's got aerial and ground defense on him. I'm curious to see how many times he got Dark Riku to roll and get both of those, because that is perfect. This, to me, these ones with the double traits, having aerial and ground, I feel like is better than having strength plus 1000 and something else, or one of these other two ones. It does an insane amount of damage for friend metal, which you can bring some really good friend metals on this, and if they don't have ground or air, they don't really do all that great of damage. Let me see, I think he changed, yeah, one of my other friends here changed his shared metal to a fully gilded casual Roxas, and I went in, used it, and his hits were only doing like 9k, which wasn't really all that much, and then I'll show you what this Dark Riku can do with ground and air. So this was the setup I used, and I don't know if I'll be able to replicate this on the first try because there was actually a decent amount of RNG. So I'm coming in with 21 SP, which is a lot for this because I don't have a illustrated KH2 Kyrie. So the main strategy here is to put 2 single target buffers in your first 2 slots. Use them each to tap the book guys, book barriers or whatever they're called, something barrier. You hit them each, activate both of their buffs. As you can see, everyone's fully buffed. The other problem with this, and the reason why I'm single targeting, is because I don't want to hit the archer right behind me where the genie is kind of floating, because he will put you to sleep and skip important metals, and he only has a 2 counter, so you can only hit him twice. So now I'm going to dispel. My next plan of action here is my first set of RNG. I'm going to activate Jack and Sally, and I have to have my AB4 plus APP hit here, or it's not, I don't believe it's enough to take down that archer. And the reason why it will do really good damage, see, and there you go, my first attempt, and it didn't work. And you can see I've just been skipped, and that is going to be a failed attempt. So we'll go in this again. Move along faster, make sure I still got that shared metal. If this pops, I'll be able to knock off this guy down here. That 4th slot metal with this setup can be different. Oh, my cat's gonna come and say hi. Hi, kitten. Someone else, I want to say his name was Durandal on Reddit, suggested putting Aladdin and Abu in that spot, and I tried that out, and for me it didn't really work because, well, I had to put an SP1 on him to make it even viable because he costs 4, and with that in my setup, it simply wasn't good enough, and we got another failed attempt here. I didn't have enough SP for this, so I had to try to figure out a way to get more SP and to also get some kind of extra buffing. So I'm actually very, very lucky that I have the ground enemy defense down, because that's allowing me, when my AB4 APP procs, that I can take out the sleeping archer, because if I couldn't, I don't think I would have been able to do this. And the reason being is I actually tried without activating Jack and Sally, and I just tried tapping on the witch just to pass it up to get to my Dark Riku to AoE bomb these people, and it just wasn't enough, and I really need the buff that Jack and Sally does that'll carry over to the next turn, and also maybe not really so much that, because I don't remember if I used Bell and Beast again on my second turn, but okay, so here we go. It looks like it was literally just barely enough to get them. So I've got the archer down, and next up, we're good on the Sonata because he won't heal because I will defeat him with this turn. We're going to attack him. And since I'm using 3 plus 3 general defense buffers, I'm at plus 7. So I'm going to activate my Nova because it'll have pretty much its maximum potential right there. And this is the first setup that I've had where in one turn I could take out the Witch. Now my other set of RNG is going to come up here too, because this Durandal, I think his name is Durandal too. There we go. Oh, see, that's where your other RNG has to come in, because you really need like a DB3 or a second chance, because that guy, even just that guy, can one-shot you. I've actually been surviving a couple times the Witch and him both together, but I need DB3 to proc like at least twice, I think. So now I've got him down to plus 18 bars. He has a minus defense down that has carried over from, honestly, it's carrying over from the Dark Rikus, which is also helpful, having the two of them. So I'm left with 12 SP, so I have to manage this last turn. So I'm going to activate that. I'm going to activate this for a plus 6. I'm at 6 here. I'm not going to activate Bell and Beast because I want to keep that minus down on him, and it's really only going to give me one more strength up, and I don't need it, so I'm going to tap. And this might be my last set of RNG, is I need Jack and Sally to proc to get some SP back. Oh, and it does. Beautiful. So now I've got my, let's see if I still have enough SP to do this. And I did. So, wow, I actually replicated that within like 2 turns, or 2 tries. So, yeah, the other hard part about this was finding a setup where I had enough SP to do this. So, yeah, that's my setup for that. But I mean, I've got a lot of my own personal conditions on here that helped me do this. But if you can set yourself up with 2 single target buffers in the beginning and attack the two book guys, have your Dispel, have something in the 4th slot that'll help you. That's kind of up in the air depending on what you have. I also liked having the Jack and Sally there because it worked with the 2.6 multiplier there in that slot. And ultimately you need some kind of big speed AoE nuke, whether it be Dark Riku, or I think people are even using the Halloween Sora with the max guilt. And I also believe that it needs to have like ground or air on it. So I haven't really seen yet what other people have used as like a speed AoE nuke, but I'm sure people with setups like even like a counterpoint maybe, where they put I mean, maybe they could use HD Nominee in a good slot, like a good magic slot, and copy a Gilted, or even not, well yeah, they would have to have a following up with a Gilted Cloud, but they copy the Cloud, can do crazy damage with the Cloud, and then use their Cloud. Or even if they have a friend that has a Gilted one, they can copy their friends and then do that, and then maybe do some crazy damage. But that was my setup for that, and I am really, really surprised that I managed to do this. I was pretty determined to do it because I've gotten, I think, all the other organization members guilted. I've managed to do some of the really hard ones, like the Zemnis one. I barely managed to like squeak by and beat that one. Zaldin B, Zigbar B, those are two other hard ones, and now this one. This one is really, really hard too. So now that we have done that and we have all of our medals, we're going to come down here. And honestly, if I hadn't beaten that last one, it wasn't the worst, because this medal really doesn't need to be guilted. What it really needs is extra attack. So after all this hard work, if I don't get an extra attack on him, it's gonna be pretty sad. So my JP one, I think I got extra attack on him on the second roll. And typically when that happens, and I have to do it in NA, that means I'm not going to have it happen in NA. It's just not going to happen, so wish me luck here. Why can't I? Oh. Yeah. So, the one bad thing about what I did in the process was that I used that Aladdin and Abu, and I threw stuff on him just to try to beat it, and I couldn't do it. I didn't roll traits. Let me make sure. I didn't roll anything yet. Yeah, they're all... I went up and... I went kind of desperate because I knew I was really close to beating it with this other setup. I had Aladdin and Abu in the 4th slot, and he had max gauges +2 on him already and no skill, but the 4 cost was really, really hurting me. I wasn't able on my second turn to activate 2 of my +3 buffers and have enough to do like another Dark Riku attack and a Friend Metal attack, and it just wasn't working. Even when I added SP gauge 1, it still wasn't quite doing it, but that Jack and Sally really helped. So let's move on to the always scary part. And I wasn't sure if I was actually going to roll guilt on him, but I'm just gonna... Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you, Lord Pence. You have blessed me. My first roll is extra attack. Oh, this is going to help me in proud mode when it comes time. Oh, yes. This is like a rarity for me, actually rolling extra attack on like a medal that really needs it. So, I might as well just not roll all these other times. Well, nah, let's just do it for fun. Let's do it one by one, just to see what I get, because I'm wondering if I ever even would get to roll extra attack again. So we're going to skip poison. We are going to do the next one. Sleep resist. See, now I'm rolling a bunch of terrible, terrible. Let's lock him, that's important. And oops, we can't take him to full yet. Oh, that's fine. And then we'll go with some of those. Alright, we have him done, and now let's work on these. And I really don't care, ultimately, that much what I roll on him. It is good to not roll really bad on him because I want to get a good Nova level out of this, or Nova increase. But strength, that's not too bad. I'm just going to roll him for the sake of the video, because ultimately when I do use him, which I know that I'm not going to use him for a little while until those Proud Quests come that have the multi-target requirements. So technically I really could wait on guilting him, but oh, you know, I'm really considering now holding off because we're not going to. I'll just skip it. I'm not really going to be using him anyways for a while, so I might as well hold off just in case, because I'm getting flashbacks of when I first rolled my Marluxia B, and I rolled like 48 on him. I rolled something really terrible, and I had to use a lot of mirrors to get him to max. So we'll just evolve him, and since I rolled, if I hadn't rolled extra attack on him, I probably would have said, forget it, I'll just roll it, because it's one more roll to get extra attack, and if I don't get extra attack on him anyways at all, it doesn't really matter what I roll on him, because I'm probably never going to use him. So let's get rid of that, and we'll take him. I got a great. We'll take him up, and I'll save him. Sorry to disappoint anyone who wanted to see a guilt roll out of a guilt campaign, because I mean it's kind of exciting, but you know, I don't think I'm going to use him anytime soon, so we'll double check. Let's see, I don't even know if we've gotten any Proud Quests yet that require random target medals. Let's check. We're filtering our incompletes. And one turn. You have to click onto it to see what it is. Oh yeah, single target. I mean, I think I've gotten. I mean, I mainly need to look at which ones I didn't get the Sun Gems on, but I think I've done all the Sun Gem ones, and I have. So we don't have any Proud Quests, it seems like. I think they start appearing after 300, maybe, where there's random target requirements, so there's really no need, I mean, for anyone right now to roll guilt on him, because not really anyone's going to use him unless you want to use him on the ones that require like only reverse medals. But if you have Rax, you can use him for your strength buffer and help you get through some of that on Proud, but if you have extra attack on him, you get +2 strength, so. And that's the reason why you want extra attack on Zexion. That's the best trait for him right now. So, yeah, I can't believe I managed to do this. And I managed to do extra attack. So, I'll just work on him right now because I want to make sure I am very clear on which one of these is the one I need to save. Although I could see him being used as a... Well, I don't even think he'll be used as the next high score challenge medal, because we already have a high score challenge right now, and they don't really seem to want to use the organization medals for some reason. So I'm just going to load him up with what he needs. We want to put defense on him, and maybe strength too. Because if we do use him in the magic slot that's reversed, he does do pretty good damage. Whoops. Finger is going everywhere. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake, but that's okay. How many chips do I have? A lot of chips, so I'll chip him too. I'm really kind of starting to dip a little low on my Dales. So we are at 500, so we've got 650, 850, And I think I need to throw 2 more. There we go. 1,000 over 1,000. We'll just put some SIDS on you right now. And that's pretty much all for now that I want to do with him. So, there you go. I actually got what I wanted out of this. So, I'm very happy with that. So hopefully you can find your own way to beat this. Again, like I said, everyone's game is different, so not everyone's going to have all the same sort of things, all the same guilt rolls, all the same medals, all the same skills. It's just a lot of different variables here that will determine if you can beat this, but I don't really think this is an event that everyone is meant to beat because of the difficulty, so sorry to all the newer players or the free-to-play players who didn't get lucky on certain things. So anyways, that's enough rambling for now. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my strategy here and showing off what I did to get this. And I hope you can do well in this event. So good luck for sure. And I'll see you in another video. Bye.